and I was by the stove. Big inside this cases once. Do me dirty, I'ma find you, lay your out on the floor. 19 with a I got rich by myself. Rather do this alone, I wasn't asking for no help. They keep asking how I'm winning with the card that I was dealt. Boy, I work hard for the seat and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone, he said, broski.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. Now it's Chris Thompson on the return. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Rivers on first down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it a second down.
Hey! Buffalo wall, Buffalo wall.
Rivers now. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Give him 30 yards there.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Gordon. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Hey!
Now a second down throw for Rivers. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there. Yeah,
I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not. And they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. They go back to Gordon here on first down. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. 2nd down, Rivers. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 4-yard pickup, and just like that, it's third down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On third down, Rivers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And Bryant's kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Z. Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Blue 45. Blue 45.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
On 3rd down, it's Hunt. Dances by him, and some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Well, I'd have to say in that situation, they're lined up for a running play. It's only 3rd and 2. Some element of the pass, but that was really well blocked.
Probably call those gravy plays, right, if you're the offensive coordinator?
No doubt about it. All you're trying to do is get the 2 yards necessary for a 1st down. Then you look up, you got a whole lot more than that.
Yeah, they did. They got a lot more than that, indeed. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Z. Here we go now. Green.
Now Mahomes. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Joey Bosa in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Now here's Mahomes. Going deep here for Watkins. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Oh, able to avoid him. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The tackle credited to Jamal Agnew.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And caught right side, Green. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation, let him sneak his way across, coming back underneath, put it in his hands, let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. Now Rivers. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. But it looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Mahomes now to throw. Trying to lay one up, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Ready. Green 90. Green 90.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ready. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's Hunt. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 3rd down, that's Hunt. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down forthcoming.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the 1st down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And the kick by Butker is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Rivers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Rivers now on second down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Chris Thompson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is T.J. Logan to return it. And a very nice return up to the 35, but was it aided by something illegal? Let's find out. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. He's got daylight. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And we are even at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with it.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That's out to Hill, right side complete. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And his throw is incomplete. Trevor Williams there on the coverage.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. Throwing now is Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. First catch on that one for Kelsey, and it's a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. McConley's got it over the middle. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They run with Logan. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go now. Green, 90. Green, 90.
Mahomes going to throw. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Butker able to put this one through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. A second down throw for Rivers. He's going to loft one. Deep left. And got his man. Complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Rivers now to throw on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Allen, the intended receiver.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelsey, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. The Chiefs on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go.
Hunt gets it on the draw from Mahomes. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out. This one taken from the 7. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that.
Ready. Green 90. Green 90. Mike's 50. Slow.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Javon Hargrave. With a great push up front, he picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. They'll drop to throw. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
But that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. One man in the backfield. That's Gordon. 2nd and goal. Rivers to throw it. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Chris Jones able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. They'll come out in the pistol. 3rd and goal for Rivers. And this is going to be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard. and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Green, 39. Green.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes, and that'll be incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And they work this out past the 25. 23 yards on the play. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top.
Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 19.
Hey, go orange. Orange.
Throwing, Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now Gordon on 1st down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now Rivers sets up the screen to Gordon. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
Rivers looking a little nimble there as he picks up a 1st down.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the 1st down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key 1st down.
Rivers, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Anthony Averett picks it, and they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. comes throwing on second down. And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Rivers. And right side, Henry's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Now Rivers. He's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Hey, 4 down,
3rd and long for Rivers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Chargers. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Rivers now on 2nd down. Going underneath for Gordon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a 1st down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Rivers. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. So this complete to Henry over the middle. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
They go play action here on 1st down. And this is complete. It's Allen. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. They'll throw again. Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They come up in an offset eye. Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers, eluding the pressure right. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
To throw is Rivers, and that is incomplete. Coverage there by Brian Body Calhoun. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Rivers. He can run for it, and he will. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. He's going to air one out. And this will be caught at the 30. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 64 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Blue 45. Blue 45.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Joey Bosa getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Twist. Twist.
Here's a carry down for Keith Marshall. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Trey Boston, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Green 39. I don't think you got it, son.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got a man open. That's Marshall. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I know for us it's fun, and it's not so much fun for the rookie receivers when we see them coming into the league and we're going to training camps. You see them working on getting 2 feet down instead of 1. But the best ones train in college trying to get 2 down instead of 1, so the transition's a little bit less.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And he is all the way up past the 25. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
4 down.
Following the interception here, Rivers. He's going to let it fly. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. The Chargers on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Rivers to throw it. That escapes the sack. Flush to his right. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Anthony Hitchens in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Desperation time. Rivers on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Rivers on 1st down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Rivers now. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that will get them one closer. And the Chiefs have got it. And with that, they should have a victory as well. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Green 90. Green 90.
Interesting. Mahomes wants to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Marshall. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. He got 29 yards that time. Mahomes now on first down. And he's got it. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Butker now to kick this one away. Here's Desmond King on the return. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.